Classify themselves as
Yes.
male?
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Now, so the question I want to ask, this is not often I get to ask these type of questions to men, so I'm excited. Um, Being a black man and the head of a household, right? What do you guys think the breakdown of the black household, that's where we're speaking from, the black household is coming today, where you don't really have men staying at home, or they have, seven, if you futurize it, or you Fetty Wap out, they have seven, eight, nine baby mamas and stuff like that. Where is the breakdown coming in the black male household, coming in today?
I think it's a esteem issue when it comes to certain men as far as their stature in that home, and it could be for a number of different reasons. It could be their mate maybe not making them feel as if they are men, or if they are that head of the household. That could be one reason why you may see a breakdown in the household and men venturing outside that household. That may be one particular reason.
I think that kind of we do talk on that. Like we also do have to speak on like there are a lot of households to where they're functioning very well, but for the ones that are not, whether it be from, and we're going to speak from the male perspective. I think that everything is just been strategically put in place. So it's like when we look at the society that we see right now, this didn't happen overnight, because there was a point in time to where black love was thriving between the man and the woman and stuff and all of that. And you got to understand what that did to the society as a whole. What that did was that promoted a lot more black businesses, a lot more black people shopping and working with other black people, which means that we actually kept our money inside of our community. And then what happens is you got to understand how the mine works came into play when you had the war on drugs, when you had welfare, when you had the three strikes rule. All of these things were tools that was put in place to actually separate the black family. So it's like when we look at the fruit of what we're seeing today, this seed been planted. So in order to actually get in control and get ahead of that, you have to understand where the seed came from and then stop that, and then you can start working towards the future that you kind of want.
Well,
I agree. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I'm not sure if I even need to say that.
Alicia, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Salon Talk DMV, and also subscribe to our YouTube page, Salon Talk DMV, so you can see all the full episodes and the shenanigans.
Salon, do me a quick favor, just scoot up just a tad. Right there.
But no, I come from the extreme end of the spectrum. I'm unmarried. I don't have children.
Okay.
But I think, the fact that I exist is relevant to the conversation.
For sure.
I didn't grow up with my father, so I never learned how to do that.
Okay.
So what he was talking about, the breakdown of the black family, I am the result in a lot of cases. You'll either become your parents or you'll become the antithesis of your parents. I am the antithesis of my father in that I did not go around making little families and shit. And I'm leery of doing that.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever dated me will tell you that when it gets to that point, I get very critical. Whereas in the beginning stages of a relationship, I'm very, very easy. But if we start really getting serious, then I start thinking about what type of things you're going to teach my kids.
Okay. So kids is something that you do want?
Want and think it's going to happen, two different things.
Okay.
I love children. There's many children in my world. All of my friends are children. My nieces and nephews. I have 3 goddaughters. I raised my brother. So I don't feel that genetic imperative.
Yeah.
To produce children.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
But you enjoy them being
For sure.
being surrounded by them.
I gotta take care of us when we get old. Yeah.
Those were definitely some great answers. I actually had something that I wanted to piggyback off that, but I don't want to get too off subject. But I do have something to ask you guys about specifically what you guys feel about women cheating on their spouse, and would you guys stay or leave? Would you stay or leave?
That's right.
We get asked that all the time.
Yeah.
So
That's a question of ego, in my opinion. I think women have become accustomed to certain behavior from men. Men, if they're smart, know that women got more game than we publicly give them credit for. And we all know, all the women watching know that they've had a situation with some dude that ended up crying on the phone. He ain't gonna tell nobody, but he ended up crying on the phone. Some of us have been there, not me. Not me. But, most men will take their woman back. They won't tell other people that they'll take their woman back. And I think it boils down to how public was the fact that she stepped out on him.
Okay.
So what about image? What about image?
It's about
For sure.
image.
I definitely want to piggyback on what he's saying. I agree. It is an ego thing because, if it is in the public and your boys, for example, find out, oh, yeah, your girl cheated on you and you back with her, man, you a lame. Why? Me personally, that's my deal breaker. My wife here knows that, I'm very adamant when it comes to that because I'm faithful. If I put myself out there, I feel like, you should be doing the same thing. I don't believe in the, I think they got this term 50-50. So then what are you giving the other 52? My thing is like,
Right.
So I'm very strong on that. Why a woman may cheat on their mate is for a number of different reasons. We live in a society that makes it very difficult, I think, to be faithful. There's a lot of things out in the community. There's a lot of things out on television. There's a lot of things out on social media. Social media shows a lot of different things that may mess with the psyche of somebody's mind. And make them feel, okay, dang, this side of the fence is greener than this side of the fence. So let me just put my foot there and see what it is. When in reality, it may not even be the case. So just to rewind, that's my deal breaker.
I think being, I'm sorry. I think speaking on that, when we were discussing in different parts of this segment today, I think watering your grass where you are is important. And we could go on and on about the reasons, but I feel love language is a lot of the reasons why people step out. My mom always said, and it's also a quote in the Why Did I Get Married movie, whether you watch those type of movies or not, one of the biggest things that I took from it is the 20% is a lot when you're not getting it.
Yeah.
So,
80-20.
so you only get 80% of what you want in someone, right? All right. Maybe someone feels like they got everything, but we're talking about on the basis you get 80% of a person, right? That's why it's important for you to be whole. Because when you are when you are broken, you're looking for happiness and different things from outside sources, okay? So our Creator created us with essential needs. And so our Creator provides those needs, right? But when you're looking for those needs outside of where it be, well, you to make me happy, or you to make me feel beautiful, or he can say that you're beautiful 360 of the days, but the 5 days that he don't, if it's not an internal thing, you're going to be feeling a certain type of way. So when the next person come and say, oh, you pretty, it start to get the going, if that's your thing. I feel like when you are fed, and I'm speaking from, because this is the first time being married to someone who speaks in my love language, where the feeling, the essential need that I have in my relationship is being fed, so I don't really feel empty in that way. So you coming to say some sweet nothing to me doesn't really work because I'm fed, I'm whole. My ATM machine has been deposited in so much that when I give out, I'm not feeling depleted. I'm not feeling deficient in any way. So it's a balance, you know? So I can love a little bit more, but it's learning in your partner what their love language is, and then also working on self, which I do a lot of times, and I'm really hard on myself. We were talking about that earlier, but I'm really hard on myself when it comes to certain things because it's constantly reviewing what can I do to be the highest part of me. And that is constant. And I feel like when gotta look up there.
Hey everybody, it's Melissa from 8th House Wisdom. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook and IG at Salon Talk DMV and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Salon Talk DMV.